Let's say it together. I do not need color for my Kindle. I do not need the Kindle Color Soft. If you've been on social media recently, you might have seen the general trend of a no buy year or a low buy year, and if not, people talking about the products that they're not going to buy in 2025 in order to consume less or consume more sustainably. I also am trying to consume less in 2025. In particular, I want to buy less books or consume books in a more sustainable way. And along with that, I think that book products are something that I have historically spent and wasted a lot of money on, so I'm trying to buy less or at least consume book products more sustainably this year. And I want to talk about all the book products I'm not going to buy in 2025. Let's just get right into it. The first item I have on this list is the Kindle Color Soft. Let's say it together. I do not need color for my Kindle. I do not need the Kindle Color Soft. Because for real, what are you using that for? Why do you need colors on your covers on your Kindle? Are you really highlighting that much to where you need the different colors for your highlights on the e-reader? Like, be honest. Be honest with me, because I don't think you are, and I don't think this thing is worth the money. It is really so crazy to me that this is so popular because it is over $200, and I have never felt the need for color on my Kindle. I feel like most of the time, all the book is black and white. Maybe there's a map or the cover, but how often am I looking at that? Like, I don't get it. But I also think if you are looking in an e-reader, there are so many better options. Even if you want color, there's the Kobo color, which is like $150, and the Kobo black and white is 130 or 140 bucks. So why are we giving that money to Amazon? Why are we giving $200 to Amazon just for color? The Paperwhite is 150 bucks, so if you really must have a Kindle, get the Paperwhite. I'm sorry, you do not need a Kindle Color Soft, and you cannot convince me that this thing is worth the money. The second thing on my list is also e-reader related, and that is Kindle Unlimited. I'm sorry, but I've looked at some of the books on here and it reads like slop. It looks like it's a lot of low quality books. And I'm sorry to say, and I'm sure there's gems on there. But the books that got recommended for me on the top books are books that, one, no way my taste. No way would I be reading these. And two, books I've seen rated super low on Goodreads and Storygraph. So why would I be getting Kindle Unlimited? Why would I be spending like $11 a month, $12 a month on Kindle Unlimited when I can get high quality books from my library for free? Like, sure, there's a wait at the library, but believe it or not, if you put holds for like 15 books at a time, there's never really a wait. Like, there's always a book that's ready. So tell me, what is the purpose of Kindle Unlimited? My dad had Kindle Unlimited for a time, and even he got sick of it. He was reading every Western they had on Kindle Unlimited, and he was like, yeah, the quality was low. The quality was low on some of these, so I had to delete it. This guy reads like 2 books a day, and he did not want Kindle Unlimited. Why are we giving our money to Amazon? Use your library. Use your library. It's free unlimited. Okay, one more e-reader thing before I shut up about them, and that is the e-reader stand and clicker. If you need this for accessibility reasons, ignore everything I'm about to say. More power to you. If you don't need it for accessibility reasons, this is the ugliest thing ever. And it is so lazy. It is already so easy to go press on the Kindle. Like, I've never had a problem with that. And let me tell you, I love to lay down when I read. I love to be on my side going zee 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 zee. I don't need clicker. Like, I think it's so ugly. And maybe you have like a dedicated reading spot in your home, but I like to move around. I like to read on my couch, this chair, my bed, in my on my desk, with my cat, on the ground, wherever. I have never felt the need for this thing. I think that a big stand like this just is a waste of space, waste of money, and I don't get it. Out of the e-reader world, we're moving on to physical books. And this next item I have for you is actually kind of a collection of items, and that is the book subscription box. I'm talking book of the month, I'm talking Owl Crate, I'm talking Illumicrate, there's others too, but I've never understood these. They range from like $12 to $30 a month, and you get such limited control of the books. Book of the month, which is the only one I've actually used, you do get to pick of a selection of like, I think 6 or 7 books. That's still so much more limited than if I just bought my own book. I don't really understand it, and I've never bought Book of the Month myself, but I received it as a gift, And I thought it was a good gift because it was getting a free book for, I think mine was 3 months, which was nice. If I'm gonna buy a book subscription box, I'd rather just buy my own book. Like, I don't understand the purpose of this. And I know that some of these other ones you get a special edition, or it's a new release, or it's signed. I don't really care that much. I'd rather get a book I know I'll like than a new release that I might hate that I'm spending like $30 a month on, plus getting some random merch for that maybe I don't like anyway. So I think the only purpose of these is a gift. Why are we buying this for ourselves? We don't need our monthly Christmas. Just buy yourself the book. Buy the book, it's cheaper. And speaking of these book subscription boxes, a lot of times these are for special editions, which I don't really get special editions, to be completely honest. I feel like the normal book is perfectly fine, and these special editions can range from like, $40 for one book to upwards of like $500 if you're getting a box set. And I just I don't see the need. Like, the original book is fine, and I feel like with a special edition there's a little bit of like reluctance to read it because you don't want to ruin it. The books are to be read. Frankly, I prefer to own a paperback over a hardback, and most of the time I own a hardcover because it's a book I wanted to read on release, and so they typically only have the hardcover. But I've never really understood special editions. I do have the special editions of Game of Thrones, but they were a gift. And it wasn't a super expensive special edition pack. It was just the really small copy. I believe that they were being sold at Target forever ago, and I love them, but I would never be spending like $500 on a set of 5 books or a set of 8 books or whatever. Books are already so expensive. What are we doing? And I feel like these days every book needs a special edition. Why? Some of these books aren't even that good that are getting a special edition. It feels like they know that they can sucker us into buying these special editions for books that aren't worthy of it. I only think special editions should be for like books that are like beloved among everyone. But it feels like every release now there's a special edition with it. Related to special editions, why are we buying multiple copies of the same book? There's no need. There's no need for having the hardcover and the paperback and the UK edition and a signed copy and a copy you can annotate and a copy on your Kindle and the audiobook. Like, why are we spending that much money on one book? I get it. You love this book. It's your favorite book ever. Why do you need more than one copy? Like, frankly, why? Just sell the old copy. You get a signed copy, sell the old copy. You get a special edition, sell the old copy. Give it to a friend, donate it. I don't care. You do not need it. It's wasting your money. It's wasting your shelf space, which for me, we don't have a lot of space here. This is full. We're stacking the books on top. What are we doing? Especially grinds my gears with buying the Kindle edition, buying the audiobook, and then having a physical copy. What is the need? If you're gonna read it on your Kindle, just get it on the Kindle. And if you absolutely adore it, after you're done, get the physical copy so you can have the trophy or whatever. But don't buy the physical copy and then buy the Kindle. I don't get it. I've never understood that. It really drives me insane. We're moving on to the random category, aka things I've seen on book gift guides that make me feel a deep amount of rage. And we're starting with the book scanner. I'm talking library scanner. Beep, like this thing is stupid. It creates a little digital catalog for you. I'm sorry, but who are you that you're forgetting the physical books you have? Because I probably own maybe like 150 books. If I could think about it for long enough, I could tell you every book I physically own. Maybe not the titles, because some of these are my boyfriend's books, but I could at least tell you all the series. If I really needed this digital catalog so that when I'm not home I can see what's on my bookshelf, Storygraph literally has a function where you can tag books as physically owned. So I think this is so unnecessary. Sure, it's fun to go like beep, beep, and like scan all your books, and then what? You're gonna put that thing away and you're never gonna touch it again. I know this one was so popular a couple years ago, but I think it's so ugly. And I'm talking about the book embosser or the book stamp. I don't care. Either one, they're in the same category to me. Where you can stamp the inside of your book with the Library of Annie, and it's like pretty or whatever. I think this is so ugly. I think it's so ugly. If I ever want to resell a book or give it to someone, I don't want it to say Library of Annie inside. I've never understood this, and frankly, it feels like a lot of money for something I don't think is worthwhile. And I get that they kind of advertised it as like if you're lending out your book, so they know where it comes from. I'm sorry, but how often are we lending out our books? Because I will have like one friend borrow my book. She takes it for like 2 to 3 weeks and then I get back. I don't know, maybe I'm just good at getting the books back or reminding my friends, like, hey, that book's mine. But this is not a problem for me. So I think it's so unnecessary. We're on to the last thing. This thing, beyond all the other things, makes me feel so angry. And I'm talking about this book vase. So it's like a plastic book-shaped vase. You put it in your bookshelf. You're supposed to put water and flowers in it. Who thought about this? Did anyone like think about this when they created it? Because why are we putting water and plants near our books? That's just a recipe for disaster. We're going to cause mold. We're going to cause water damage. We're going to lead to leaves dropping all over my books and getting them all dirty and dusty. I don't want that. I don't get this as an idea. It reminds me of being in high school. You have a book in your backpack, your water bottle spills everywhere, and you get all that water damage and the book is ruined. And especially this would always be that book I'm annotating for English class and all my annotations are ruined. I don't get it. Why would we ever be putting water near our books? And I've seen people be like, well, you put fake flowers in it. Okay, but like the pictures I saw advertising in it, it had water. It had water and real flowers. Make it make sense. Because it doesn't. That is the full list of everything that I'm not going to buy in 2025 that is book related. Doing this made me genuinely feel like so angry and passionate about these things that I don't think are worth your money or worth your time. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please let me know in the comments what you think of any of these products and if you think they're worth buying. And if you're already commenting, maybe you should like and subscribe too. It would really help me out and help the work I'm doing on this channel. As for me, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!